Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, all the miseries of material existence. The Lord further replied that because Sanatan was in Krishna consciousness, naturally, by the grace of Krishna, he was already conversant with everything. But because you are a humble devotee, you are asking me to confirm what is already realized by you. This is very nice. These are the characteristics of a true devotee. In the Narada Bhakti Sutra, it is said that one who is very serious about developing this Krishna consciousness, by the grace of the Lord, has his desire for understanding Krishna fulfilled very soon. The Lord said, "You are a suitable person for protecting the devotional service of the Lord. Therefore it is my duty to instruct you in the science of God, and I will explain." I offer my humble obeisances unto my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who very mercifully opens my darkened eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer you my humble obeisances. So, as I mentioned, today is the appearance day of Sanatan Goswami. Sanatan Goswami is the direct disciple of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Sri Krishna himself, in the disguise of a devotee who appeared 500 years ago in India to inaugurate the process of self-realization for this age of Kali, Kali Yuga, age of hypocrisy and quarrel. So Sanatan Goswami met Lord Chaitanya with two questions, actually. He said very humbly that I am unable to ask you about the spiritual progress of life. I don't know how to put questions before you, what to ask actually, but please kindly you reveal to me what I need to know. And he put these two questions. Who am I? And why do I have to suffer the threefold miseries of this material existence? Who am I? This question is the beginning of human life. There are so many people walking around, but they don't ask this question. Who am I? How many people ask this question? Maybe sometimes it comes to the mind, but it is very quickly put aside, because the answer is unknown. So far we are concerned, we cannot come up with a true answer. So who am I? Animals, they don't ask this question. Who am I? Animals simply go on. Forced by the material nature to act in a way which corresponds by the particular type of body the living entity has. So Sanatan Goswami asks Lord Chaitanya the seemingly very simple question, who am I? And the second question is, why do I have to suffer? That is also a peculiarity of this existence, that we are suffering. People are also hesitant to admit this suffering. They say, oh yes, it's natural, suffering is natural. Well, if it's natural, then why do you try to avoid it? It is not so natural to suffer, so nice. Because natural, we understand the word natural as something nice. I have natural food, organic food, natural tomatoes, natural peppers, natural yogurt. If you say natural, it means very nice, something which is already implicit in our being, that we don't have to fight with it. Natural scene, nice, natural, forests, lakes, Reverse, you go to the nature, you feel good. When something is natural, it is nice. So if suffering is natural, why you fight suffering? What is actually this human civilization? What is this house? This house is a facility that human being created so he does not have to suffer outside. If it is minus 30 degrees Celsius outside, you simply close the window, turn up the heater, and you enjoy inside. And the poor hobo on the street, he's suffering. It's natural. Why don't you go out and take off your clothes, which you manufactured to keep you warm, if it's so natural? This is not natural. It is artificial and is forced upon us, suffering. So, okay, his body will be finished just like that. His whole civilization will be finished just like that. So we should not be very proud. So in this humble condition, Sanatan Goswami approached Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he asked. So the point is that the living entity, in whichever material body it has, either it's a tree or a human being or an insect or a dog, he has to suffer at least one of these miseries, more or less, constantly, more or less, at least one of these there has to be. So Sanatan Goswami asks, why do I have to suffer this? Why is this forced upon me if I don't want to suffer? I want to feel good, I want to feel nice, I want to enjoy, just like every one of us, we want to enjoy, right? This is the aim of our activities, enjoyment. Whatever we do, the motivation is to get something nice, some pleasure. So we're striving for pleasure, but actually we have to experience suffering. This is the contradiction, this is the dilemma. So Sanatana Goswami very intelligently asks, why? Why? Who can give us the answer? So this is the first thing. Then, for the second question, then we go to the first question. Who am I? 3 words, who am I? So simple, yet the most intricate question, who am I? So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains in 6 words. Jiver Swarup Hoy Nitya Krishna Das. You are Jiva, spirit soul. You are not this body. You are eternal, living entity. Satchidananda Vigraha. You are eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss, and individual, Vigraha. Satchidananda Vigraha. And you are eternal servant of the Supreme Spirit Soul, Krishna. Jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are Spirit Soul. Krishna is also a Spirit Soul. But he is the Supreme, and you are the small, the minute. He is the big fire, and you are the small spark. What is the fire? The fire gives heat and light. And the spark also gives heat and light. But if a spark falls on your cloth, it will burn a small hole, and it's finished. But if a big fire falls on you, then you are finished. Not the fire. So this is the difference between the spark and the fire. They are the same in quality, just like we are the same with Krishna in quality, but we are different in quantity. We are very small, and Krishna is infinite, and you are infinitesimal. So what is the function? That is another question actually, which Sanatan Goswami asks. What is my duty? When I understand who am I, then how do I act? What is my duty? So that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains, Jiver Swarup Hoya Nitya Krishna Das. You are servant. Many people blaspheme religion, they mock religion, they try to laugh at God, they try to deny God. There is no God, religion is nonsense, etc., etc., etc. But the truth is that they actually do not understand what religion is. They think that religion is some set of dogmas that are imposed on your mind, and that religion means that you simply go to a certain place, because they don't know actually also what is religion, what is God. So, but in the scriptures, in the Vedas, the religion is very nicely explained, very scientifically. No sentimental hodgepodge. What is religion? The actual word for religion in Sanskrit is dharma. Dharma means that which cannot be taken away from the object, or in other words, the characteristic of the object. Just like sugar is sweet. If I put some sugar in your hand and I tell you, my friend, this is sugar, white powder, this or brown powder, natural natural sugar, brown, not white. This is sugar. So you lick it, and if it is not sweet, if it is salty or bitter or sour, you will say, oh, this is not sugar, this is something else. So that is dharma. Dharma of sugar is to be sweet. Dharma of fire is to give heat and light. Just like you cannot take away the sweetness from sugar, you cannot take away the fire and the heat and light from the fire. Similarly, if I have a microphone or a megaphone, what is its dharma? Its dharma is to amplify the sound. The microphone connected with the speaker, the dharma is to amplify the sound. If it does not work properly, then it's useless. You are not the body but the spirit soul. And also we can very logically prove that there has to be God. You want to hear that proof? Yes? So you had the body of a small child, right? Where is that body now?
Well, till there grew up.
Is that the same body?
Same body, but
is it the same body?
With the evolved cells, same body.
So it is a different body then.
Okay.
Just like I asked you, if you have two circles 10 centimeters in diameter, are they the same circles?
No, they're not the same circle.
Why? They are both 10 centimeters.
So it works with logic. Yeah.
No. Two circles,
yeah.
10 centimeters in diameter.
Yeah.
Are they the same circles?
Both of them are 10.
Are they? Yes, precisely. Are they identical?
The same circle.
Are they the same?
Yes.
Are they identical?
Yes.
Yes. If I add 1 millimeter to one of them, are they identical?
No.
Are they the same?
No.
Okay. So you had the body of a small child.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that body now?
It's not there anymore.
Yes, it's not there anymore. Do you remember when you were a small child? Your personality, you remember? Your being there?
To a certain point.
Okay, do you remember your 12 years old age?
Yeah.
Yes. Now you are how old?
25.
25. So it's like another 12 years past. Are you still the same person?
No.
I don't mean the mind, intelligence and your identification, but your consciousness.
Well, I'm still me. Yeah.
Are you still there?
Yeah.
Do you perceive you're going on
Yes.
continually without any interruption?
Yeah.
So your body is interrupted. It is already gone. Your 12 years old body, your 5 years old body, your 23 years old body, your yesterday body is gone already. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You accept? You accept this?
Yeah.
Yes. Are you still the same person?
Yeah.
Yes. So what is the conclusion?
We don't have the same body.
Yes, your body changes but you are the same. That means you are separate from the body. Your consciousness is different from your body. Okay? Do you have any other explanation?
From the analysis, it makes sense.
Yes. And synthesis?
It makes sense.
Alright. So, logic? Is there logic? Is there anything which does not fit into frame?
No.
Okay. So, what you said, that it is the same body but it evolved, now you know this is a mistaken idea. But I can also explain to you this very nicely. Here in the Bhagavad Gita there is a nice picture. Maybe you can find it for our friend there. What is a movie? What is a movie? Now movies are digital. But what is the movie that we remember from our childhoods? It is a long string of static pictures. Photos. Static pictures, one by one. And when you have a frame, there is nicely explained there in the Gita on the other page. This is the changing bodies on one page and then the film on the other page, right? So just like you play a movie, that means you have an unchanging frame which stands still, the background of changelessness, right? And that sequence of photographs is very swiftly projected one by one. And what comes up? An illusion of movement, right? There is no movement, nothing is moving there, it's all static, but we have the illusion of movement, right? So in a similar way, just like there is on that picture, every moment you have a different body, one by one, changing them imperceptibly, something which our small frog brain cannot conceive how this is going on, but it is going on, and we have the illusion of so-called growth. So the bodies are changing, just like in the picture, also on the previous page, from boyhood to youthhood, from youthhood to old age, etc. Then after that, another body we accept according to our karma, according to our activities. But the consciousness, the spirit soul, that remains the same all the time. Is that logical? Nice explanation?
Yeah.
So, in this way, we establish that there is a spirit soul. Now let's establish God. Simply from observing ourselves, we come to a conclusion that there must be God. How? God is... There is a very nice definition in the Brahma Samhita scripture. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govindam Sarvakarana Karanam. We can go word by word if you're interested to hear the explanation. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Ishvara, the Sanskrit word Ishvara means controller, master. So just like it was said in that in the text we read that I lost the thought. Anyway, Ishvara means controller. So yes, it was said that everyone is a part and parcel of God. I was already explaining. There is a big fire and there are sparks. Qualitatively, they are the same. So, God is Ishvara, controller, and every one of us is also an Ishvara, controller. Every one of us is, to a certain extent, controlling some aspects of his affairs in his everyday life, right? If your girlfriend is nice and submissive, you can control her. Come here, make me a breakfast, do this, do that, smile, dress nicely, like that. You can control your dog. Also, come here, sit down, don't bark, etc. If you have some establishment, you can control your employees. You can even control your body nicely, if you learn the art. Yeah? So everyone is a controller, controls different things, persons or animals or objects. You can control matter, you can manipulate matter, for example. Yeah? I can do like this. That means I'm a controller, right? The lamp is under my control, I can turn it off or on, etc. Very simple to understand. But at the same time, we are also controlled by someone else. Right? You are a controller in your house, you control your wife, but when you come to a job, the boss controls you. He tells you what to do, he tells you what not to do, he can fire you, kick you out, etc., etc. So again, I could give many examples, but I think it's useless. You understand very nicely. So everyone controls, but is simultaneously controlled. All right. So now take all the living entities, all the souls, just like we now established that there is soul. Now take all the souls existing in the whole creation and analyze them. And if you find that Ishvara Parama means the supreme. There is no one above. So control, and if you find that person which is the controller but is not controlled by anyone, that is God. Alright? So that shloka says Ishvara Parama Krishna. And that Ishvara Parama, that Parameshvara, that supreme controller is Krishna. Satchit Ananda Vigraha. His body is eternal, full of knowledge, full of bliss, and it has its form. Just like we are also eternal, full of knowledge and bliss, and individual, parts and parcels, sparks of the fire. That is also nice definition, yeah, of the spiritual substance, spiritual living being, Satchidananda Vigraha. Anadir Adir Govinda. Govinda is another name of Krishna. Govinda means the one who gives pleasure to the senses. Anadir Adi. What does it mean? Adi, the word Adi in Sanskrit means the first, the beginning. Something which is the start of something, the beginning, the original, like that. So he is Anadir, Adi. Adi means he is the first, and Anadi means there is no one before. He has no beginning, but he is the beginning. Sarva karana karanam, the cause of all causes. Again, we can very nicely establish the necessity of God being there. Everyone will accept the law of causality, right? Action and reaction, cause and effect. We all accept that. Only a fool can say that he does not accept. But that is very nice. I can come, in that case, and slap him on his face. Very nicely. And if he asks, why did you do that? I say, what do you mean, why? There is no why. There is no cause. So there should be no effect. So you just be quiet, alright? I can slap him on that. That's his philosophy. Yeah? So let's be truthful to our philosophies, and let's take consequence also of our own thinking. There are fools like that. They say there is no cause, no. Okay, let me test you practically how much you believe in your little nonsense. Alright, so there is a cause and effect. Just like you came here. So we can say, what was the cause? You read a flyer or whatever, the website, or so many causes. You took birth actually. You were born, and your whole life came to a point that you are now sitting here. And also, I was born, and my whole life took me to the point where I'm sitting here also now. At this particular space and time, we are both sitting here and we discuss. Yes? There are so many causes and effects that brought us here. And similarly, this will be a cause of something else to come. The effect will become another cause or another effect, like that. So if we go forward, we can go to infinity in this way. Right? But if we turn back, if we start to search for the causes of effect that we are now experiencing. Okay, what was the cause of this? Okay, what was the cause of that cause? What was the cause of that, etc., etc. Logically, you have to come to a point of beginning. Just like you have domino. You can make an infinite domino, but there has to be the first push, right? Without the first push, nothing happens, right? So that is sarva karana karanam, the cause of all causes. These fools, these rascals, they ask, who created God? Your question, my friend, has no meaning. Who created God? God means that no one created him. God means he is there always, eternally. Maybe you can imagine eternity going forward, but you cannot conceive eternity going backward. But that is your fault. That is your tiny brain. Don't try to push God into your tiny brain. Your head will explode. And you will die. Yes? So, we also have to accept our incompleteness, our minuteness, our limitation. And on that basis, we can accept these concepts. Without understanding, or even at the beginning, at the beginning, this is for everyone. This is even for the atheists. But the atheists, they are very open-minded people. Alright, if you're a very nice atheist, you should also be inquisitive and try to understand what is this all about. Right? Otherwise, you will have some bias and you're dogmatic. You're a fanatic. Not a very nice thinker. You're a fanatic. If you simply reject Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam or Brahma Samhita without actually experimenting on it, like what is it? Let me know so I can make a conclusion. Then you are a fanatic, my friend. I'm sorry. Right? So, first step is to at least theoretically accept this one verse. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradi Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. When you at least theoretically accept this, then you can move on. Okay, there is God. Okay, I am his part and parcel, spirit, soul. Okay, there is a process of the self-realization. Okay, let me try. But just coming to the point of that there must be this cause, primeval cause. You accept that point? That there has to be a primeval cause, the original cause?
Yeah.
Yes.
What if someone says there was no cause, it just goes on eternally like that? The cause...
Okay, I start eternally slapping him without any cause.
No, there is cause, I accept cause.
Alright.
But let's say my existence is because of my father, his
Yes.
is because of his grandpa, his grand-grandpa, and so it goes for eternity. There's no final
Yes,
cause.
that is what you can understand. That is what you cannot understand.
I cannot?
No, you cannot conceive this eternally going on
Why not?
chain.
I don't know why I cannot conceive.
Can you conceive eternity?
Let's say yes.
Let's say yes or yes.
Yes. Eternity, no beginning.
So then you explain how there cannot be the primeval cause. We say that there is cause, that there is some primeval push, the cause of
Yeah.
all other causes.
Yeah.
But that lies in eternity. There is anadi adi, without any beginning. There is that transcendental feature.
So there's beginning, but that beginning never...
Yes, there is
Right.
cause of all causes without beginning. There is a cause of all causes without the cause. It begins just like this thing that we are eternal and Krishna is also eternal, but Krishna is Adi, right?
Okay.
So we are both eternal. There is no beginning to eternity, but he is the first one. That is there in the Brahma Samhita. Anadi Adi. He is Adi, not you.
Eternally beginning.
Right. So this is inconceivable. This is inconceivable. Certain concepts you simply have to accept as they are described and not tax your brain too much with them, otherwise you will lose time for what is really important. If you start to, try to resolve this question, you cannot move because you cannot resolve this in your brain.
How there's numbers that we're trying to find that we're still trying to find.
I'm sorry?
There is numbers we're still trying to find that we still haven't found.
Numbers?
Yeah, they're calculating.
Yeah.
We still don't.
Yeah, you can still add one.
Yeah.
You can always add one.
Yeah.
So this is the eternity aspect. Eternity is big, the greatest, unlimited, and we are limited. So how can we understand the unlimited from the position of limited? We can understand to a certain extent, and that extent is described for us in the scriptures. Otherwise we cannot go beyond that. We have to accept this limitation. We have to become humble, just like Sanatan Goswami humbly approached Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and asked him these questions. Without this humility, that I am very limited, my brain is very small, and whatever I can understand is there already, I should check on this. I should not try to understand which I cannot understand. Then we cannot make progress.
It's like
that can also be revealed to you. That is not a question. If Krishna wants, he can reveal to you everything. But you have to qualify for it.
Everyone knows that they're gonna die, but do you waste time figuring out the date?
Yeah.
So it's natural that
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
gonna die.
That's
So
nice
why
example.
you waste your life?
Yeah. How do you want to speculate on the time when you will die? Naturally, not by committing suicide. That I can say 21st of May, 12 o'clock. That I can do. But if I don't want to do like that, then taxing your brain when I shall die, and all the things they just pass. So you cannot conceive the date of your death. There are many things to do before that, so you should take care of that. It's a very nice example. Yeah.
Just like you said, that the questions are welcome, but only on the subject matter we're discussing.
Yeah.
We don't want to waste time. Nonsense questions.
Yeah, like who created God? That is nonsense. We are speaking about your position, not God's position. God's position you cannot conceive, but you try to understand your position. You accept, yes, there is God on some logic which is there. No one can deny that there is. You can be like a little, how you say in English, a person who goes like, always like
Bug.
like a bug or like
Bugger.
always like going like this, like
Nudging.
hey, like a
Little pain
pain in the bum.
Pain.
You can become that also, but we are not interested in this. Just try to understand preliminarily. Anyway, if you want to go forward, you have to accept this. Otherwise, there is no question. Srila Prabhupada gives this option in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. At least theoretically you accept that and then go on. Yes? Just, okay, you may have this doubt, who created God, but you please kindly put this aside for a while. Preliminarily accept, okay, good, okay, I shall sort it out later, and you go on. Otherwise, I'm sorry.
Like you said, atheists are like the best to talk to because they accept a theory. And they're open to a theory.
Yeah. That's how they can get exposed if they are so free thinkers. Because if there's really a free thinker, he will think about it. But if it's just his little ideology to excuse his nonsense, whatever he's doing,
dogma.
He's not taking responsibility for his own actions, then he will refuse even this simple and clear logic. For example, on the soul. We can discuss about God for eternity, and you don't have to accept. But this changing body, and you still being the same person, how can you deny that? Again, you can start speculating, oh, maybe it's something in the brain. Okay, so explain what it is. Oh, I don't know. Then what's your point? If you don't know. Well, I also don't know. Now we're going to discuss in this way. Maybe this, I don't know, maybe like that. We can sit here till we die. Well, what's the point? Don't waste time. Don't waste my time, first of all, and don't waste your time also. I don't have time for this rubbish. Rubbish, garbage. Garbage thoughts. Not based on anything. And if you come up with some great theory, again, it is something which you have taken from someone. You've taken from this guy, I have taken from Krishna. Now,
let's compare.
Yeah, let's compare. Etc., etc. Is there any other question?
Not from me.
Okay, my friend. Okay, anyone?
Yeah, who's the person who created God?
Yes, I shall fill your mouth with nice prasadam soon. So you don't have to ask this.
The what?
I shall put some nice prasadam on your tongue, so you don't have to ask this.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I know, it's a joke, yes. Alright?
Right.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Right.